And we are back! If that didn't summon a creature in your living room, you aren't playing it loud enough. We're deep in the history books tonight with the man, the myth, the platinum-haired menace himself.
Man, that song is the vibe. Nomads, drifters, road warriors. So, David, we left off in Mexico with your brother Jack and his small army of children. But where did the legend of David actually start? Somewhere cool and mysterious? A shipwreck? A lightning storm?
Nothing so cinematic, Paul. I was born in Nova Scotia.
Wait, you're Canadian? Like maple syrup and sorry Canadian? You're telling me the baddest vampire in Santa Carla is from the land of polite hockey players?
I knew there was a reason you liked flannel and thermal undershirts so much, Davey. Does Max know he adopted a Mountie?
I wouldn't test that theory if I were you. I was born into a Scottish community, illegitimately. In their eyes, I was a literal bastard before I even took my first breath. There wasn't much room for politeness where I grew up.
Whoa, gritty origin story.
We didn't stay long. My family moved down to Maine when I was 7. Spent some time smelling like fish and pine needles before we drifted down to Massachusetts. By the time I was 15, I was living in the back rooms of Boston taverns, learning that the world is divided into people who hold the cards and people who hold the guns.
15? I was still trying to figure out how to steal cigarettes at 15. You were already a regular at the bars?
I was a man by then, at least in the ways that mattered. Jack and I were in a tavern near the docks. Dirty, smoke-filled. The kind of place where the floorboard stayed wet even when it wasn't raining. We were playing 24-card euchre. High stakes for 2 kids with no shoes.
Did you win?
Jack was winning. That was the problem. A stranger across the table, some derelict with more whiskey in him than blood, accused Jack of cheating. He didn't just call him a liar. He pulled a revolver.
And let me guess, you didn't have a whistle to call the cops.
I had a small pistol tucked into my waistband. Everything went into slow motion. The stranger fired. The bullet hit Jack right in the mouth. It knocked out his front teeth and came out his cheek. Bloody mess. But he lived. Before the man could cock the hammer for a second shot, I drew and put a lead ball between his eyes. He was dead before he hit the chair.
Damn, Davey. A badass even as a human kid. That's stone cold.
I didn't feel cold. I felt alive. For the first time. But Boston isn't a friendly place for a 15-year-old who just decorated a tavern wall with a local's brains. Jack and I had to run. We spent months on the move, drifting south and west, always looking over our shoulders. We finally hit the coast here, in Santa Carla.
Is that when you met the big boss?
Max found us. Or we found him. He saw something in me, maybe the same darkness I discovered in that tavern. He took us under his wing, protected us from the law, gave Jack a place to recover, and gave me, well, he gave me the world.
He gave you a leash, more like. Max is a total square, a nerd with an obsession with order and etiquette. I swear, if I have to hear him talk about the nobility of the hunt one more time, I'm gonna bite my own ears off.
He's a bridge to a world that doesn't exist anymore. I owe him everything, which is exactly why I resent him so much. Gratitude is a heavy chain to wear for 100 years.
I don't get you guys. Max is great. He's like my confused, slightly disappointed dad. Sure, he thinks I smell like trash and poor decisions, and he looks at my tattoos like they're a personal insult, but he's family. I tried to give him a hug last week and he went stiff as a board. It was adorable.
He probably thought you were trying to pick his pocket, Paul.
I was, but it was sentimental pickpocketing.
If Max hears us calling him a nerd on a pirate frequency, he'll have us all scrubbing the grease off the garage floor with toothbrushes.
Let him try. We're the Lost Boys. We don't do chores, we do chaos.
And we do it with style. This one goes out to everyone who's ever had to run from the law, whether you're from Nova Scotia or just the Neptune's arcade parking lot.